Behind me is quite possibly the best gaming monitor on the planet right now. With breathtaking visuals, a stunning 34-inch ultra-wide QD-OLED screen, and an extensive feature set to back it all up, this monitor quite possibly offers the most immersive gaming experience for any out there right now. Exactly which panel are we talking about? Well, for that, let's back it up 2 weeks to find out. I am literally shaking with excitement right now. Ever since Alienware came out with their ultra-wide gaming monitors based on Samsung's 34-inch QD-OLED panel, I have been eagerly waiting to see what Samsung would drop in response. And while it took almost a year, it is finally here. I have Samsung's 34-inch Odyssey OLED G8 right in front of me. While this panel has been on the market for a year with the Alienware models and also MSI, I've held off until now to do a review. One, I'm just not really a fan of the aesthetics of the Alienware monitor, and while aesthetics and what something looks like is hardly the most important spec out there, if you're gonna be dropping $1,000 or more on a gaming monitor, you can't help but blame somebody for it wanting to be a nice piece of furniture and kind of a centerpiece of their build. The other reason is I only felt right with this being a Samsung panel to see what Samsung could do with it. So what we're gonna do today, right now, I'm gonna get this thing unboxed and start breaking it down. As always, while I do that, let's hear some of the marketing specs and features from Samsung. Okay guys, so let's take a look at what we have in the box. So obviously first we have the panel itself. This thing is absolutely stunning. It is incredibly thin, well designed, significantly thinner than the Alienware model, and much more aesthetically pleasing, at least in my opinion. You also have the power brick. Obviously it's got an external power brick. With it being this thin, there's no way all of that is fitting inside there. We have our stand, which again is significantly nicer than the one that comes with the Alienware or the MSI models, which the MSI one is downright ugly in my opinion. And finally, we have a VESA adapter in case you want to mount this thing on an arm. The stand looks like it goes together pretty easily. I could read the instructions, but I think it's probably better to just wing it. What's the worst that could go wrong? Screw it together with our handy dandy, not LTT store screwdriver. Absolutely nothing against the screwdriver that Linus has. The thing is phenomenal from what I hear. I just didn't want to wait 6 months for one to come in, and I found the Mega Pro on Amazon for half the price. And it is literally the same company that designs his, so. It does just well for me. That is it. Literally just 2 screws, snaps right together. It is idiot proof. No way you can mess that up unless you're trying. There we go. And that's it. That is literally the entire assembly process for this. Could not have been easier to put together. But we gotta do this, best part. Oh, the ADD kid in me just absolutely loves that. So a couple of call outs right away before we actually hook this thing up. The stand itself does support tilt adjustment as well as height, but you do not get swivel adjustment. So if you need to swivel it left or right, you're gonna be turning the whole stand. Not a huge issue for most people, and honestly, we'll probably end up with this thing on an arm on our desk anyway, so doesn't really matter. So one of the major callouts I want to talk about before we get this thing hooked up, and you've probably already seen this if you've read any reviews or looked at this monitor, but for the I/O, there is no full-size ports. So you have USB Type-C, which also supports power delivery, which is excellent if you're going to be using this as a second screen for your laptop. Then you have micro HDMI 2.1 and mini DisplayPort 1.4. Now, Samsung does include a mini DisplayPort to DisplayPort cable for you. However, it's only 1.5 meters. That's about 5 feet for us here in the States. It may not reach your PC or where you need to plug this thing in. And I just want to warn you, I spent days looking for a longer, high quality micro HDMI 2.1 to HDMI 2.1 cable, and there are none. In fact, what I ended up settling on is just getting a shorter one that I could find, then a HDMI to HDMI coupler that supports 2.1, and then a regular HDMI 2.1 cable that I already had, and that's what's gonna be going into my 4090. So definitely something you wanna keep in mind based on your build. You may struggle to find that cable. It is a weird choice that Samsung made. I'm not really sure why. I will link the one that I bought down in the description, as well as the screwdriver too, in case you decide to go that route with this monitor and maybe save you some time digging around. For the rest of the video, you may notice some set changes, scene changes, wardrobe changes. That's because I'm filming this to do the unboxing today, but I actually want to use this monitor for a week or two before I come in and give you my actual thoughts on it. I want to make sure I put it through all its paces so I can give you guys my full and unbiased opinion and make sure it's something that you can trust. So we've had this hooked up for about 2 weeks now, and you'll notice I'm in the office and not our usual set where we film. This is where I do the bulk of my gaming and editing. I don't usually shoot in here because the space isn't really set up for it. So after using this monitor for a bit, what are my thoughts? Well, one word, stunning. That isn't to say it's without its faults. There are definitely a few complaints I have, which we'll get to in a minute. But when it comes to picture quality and overall experience, there's no other way to say it than this is probably the best gaming monitor out there right now. At only 175 Hertz, it's not the fastest. At 1440p, it's not the sharpest. And at 34 inches, it's not the biggest. But when you put it all together with this QD-OLED panel, the way that Samsung did, the end result is insane. I have never had games look this immersive. The most striking feature of the Odyssey G8 is its QD-OLED panel. Boasting deep blacks, vibrant colors, and exceptional contrast, the visuals truly come to life, elevating the game experience to new heights. The monitor's 34-inch curved screen and goal shoot providing a panoramic view that enhances immersion and draws you into the gaming world. The 175Hz refresh rate delivers buttery smooth motion, eliminating motion blur and ensuring a seamless gaming experience. Coupled with a rapid 1 millisecond response time, fast-paced games become incredibly fluid, giving players a competitive edge. The picture is, in a word, beautiful. Unfortunately, what you're seeing right now is limited by my camera, YouTube's compression, and whatever display you're currently using. So it doesn't translate well on camera. You're just gonna have to trust me. In a dark room with HDR on and the settings maxed out, this thing is insane. And that brings me to my first knock against it. While better than Alienware's DW and DWF monitors, if you want to get the most out of it, you're gonna want to be in a dark room, or at the very least, have any bright light sources behind the monitor, not in front. The second issue we already touched on during the unboxing, it's the lack of full-size connections. Really, there's no reason for Samsung to have gone this route, and the lack of cable availability can be a deterrent for anyone looking to snag one of these. Finally, you have pixel fringing. The QD-OLED panel uses a unique triad pixel layout versus a more common RGB striping. This can produce a jagged, slightly peakish green edge to the text. In my opinion, this issue has been greatly over-exaggerated. Most people won't even notice it, and for me, even after 2 weeks of usage and trying my hardest to let it bother me, it's just a non-issue. So where exactly does that leave us in our take? With deep blacks, vibrant colors, and an exceptional contrast ratio, this OLED display breathes life into a gaming world like never before. The buttery smooth motion and rapid response time make sure every movement is rendered in crisp, stunning detail. The HDR technology in this monitor further enhances the visuals, providing breathtaking clarity and detail never before seen in a gaming monitor. While the Odyssey OLED G8 comes with a premium price tag, its unrivaled visual experience justifies the cost for those who demand the best. If you crave the ultimate gaming monitor that pushes the boundaries of immersion and detail, the Odyssey OLED G8 offers a top-tier, unrivaled gaming experience. Hey guys, if you enjoyed that video, don't forget to check out one of these. Make sure you like, subscribe, check out some of our other content, and as always, thanks for watching.